So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nation's SH Figuarts Dragon Ball BULMA. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at this tiny box. So we do get the basic style box when it comes to the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball line. So we do get the window right there on the front of the box, and on the window in white does say SH Figuarts, and BULMA on the right side we do get a few images of the figure. Then the bottom we do get the toy animation warning, blah blah blah, Dragon Ball Tamashii Nations and Bandai. And then here's the bottom of the box with a cool image of the BULMA figure. And then the top of the box does have an image of BULMA holding the 5-star Dragon Ball. Then here's the one side of the box. And then the other side does have some more images of the figure looking pretty cool. Then the back bit does show a bunch of really cool poses you can get the figure into along with most of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open to take a closer look at this character who was long overdue for a figure in this line. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and I think Tamashii Nations did an excellent job once again with another Dragon Ball figure. And this BULMA, I really love the suit that they gave her. We never see her wearing it in the Dragon Ball series. She does have it on in the outro of Dragon Ball, and I think it was a smart idea for them to use this attire because it just has a really cool, unique look to it. Now the head sculpt here, the faces I think look great, all three of them, which we'll go over them shortly. Very clean paint all throughout them. The band-aid is sculpted on there and painted nice and clean as well, and I think the hair turned out really nice on this figure. I just wish they added like shading or something in it because it looks like there is no shading at all in her hair here, and the ponytail looks pretty cool with the tie there. I think it can swivel, but mine might be stuck. I'm not sure if it can swivel, so don't go by that for me saying it. So don't try it just in case it doesn't swivel and you break it off. So just wanted to let you know about that. But the sculpt of the ponytail looks good and everything, and the hair all around I think looks pretty cool. Just wish there was shading in it. Now the torso here, her boobs look great. We do get some nice sculpted wrinkles in between the booblies there. And the skin tone on the neck and the upper torso, like around her collarbone, is a little bit darker compared to the rest of her skin tone. It's not horribly bad though, but we get some nice sculpt up there, some more sculpted wrinkles on the shirt around the waist, which look pretty cool. We get some straps or a harness going around the shoulders right there, and then the back. There is the rest of the harness, and the paint's really clean on that. And we get some more sculpted wrinkles on the white shirt, which looks pretty cool. And then we do get her elbow pads on her arms. And the elbow joints look alright. Some people might not like the way they look, but I think they look fine. But a little bit of yellow paint on the brown elbow pad for some reason, which I'm guessing is from her glove right there. And the paint's pretty clean on it, as you can see there. Same with on the other side. We do get this like wristband or something all throughout her forearm with some nice sculpted wrinkles all throughout it. And this is probably one of my favorite parts about the figure here. We have BULMA's name written on it, and it's like a like a shoulder pad or a piece of armor or something on there, and it is a separate piece, so you can swivel it around on the arm, which is pretty cool. But you could clearly read BULMA right there. Nice clean paint all throughout it. And then for the lower portion of BULMA around the crotch area, we do get sculpted wrinkles. Then we do have like this bag which is attached to the belt, and then we do have like a strap going around her thigh right there. And they did paint the buckle, as you can see as well. And the pouch can swivel or hinge up and down, swivel, which is definitely pretty cool, so it won't get in the way of the leg articulation. And the pouch itself looks pretty cool. I wish there was a little shading on it, but what can you do? And the strap on the leg turned out pretty cool too. And the paint's pretty clean on it as well. We get some sculpted wrinkles all throughout the left pant leg. She doesn't have it on the right leg, but we do have a couple band-aids. We do get some nice tiny sculpted paint detail on them. There is the back. The knee joints really aren't the best looking, but what can you do? And her butt actually looks pretty good too, as you can see there. You could kind of do the Harley Quinn one, even though I think BULMA was like 16 in Dragon Ball, so that's kind of weird. So now the lower legs here, her boots I think look great. We get some very nice sculpt and paint detail all throughout them. Very clean paintwork. We get the buckles all sculpted and painted on there on the side with the straps and everything. And then the feet look pretty good too. And the bottom of them, we do get some very nice sculpted treads. So overall, I think Tamashii Nations did a fantastic job with this BULMA. And like I said, I really like the suit that they chose for their Dragon Ball version of BULMA. It's very unique compared to other figures in this line. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we get a decent amount of stuff included with this BULMA. So what we do get 3 interchangeable faces. And starting on the left here, we do get the happy, smiling type face, and we did already take a look at this one. I forgot which one came on the figure out of the packaging. I think it was this one right here, so we do get that one. Then we do get the more happy type face here with her mouth open a little bit more and she's looking off to the left. And then finally we do get the winking face, which is probably my favorite out of all 3 of them. We get some very nice paint and sculpt detail throughout all 3 interchangeable faces, and the way you swap them on is very simple. I'm about to show you right now. And the way you swap her faces is very simple and pretty basic for SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figures. So the front of her hair does unpeg, and then you just pop the face off like that, and then peg on the new face, and then just pop her hair right back on. As simple as that. So we do get those interchangeable faces. And then we also get the Dragon Radar, the 5-star Dragon Ball, her goggles, and her gun. And the Dragon Radar turned out really good. I think Tamashii Nations did a dope job with it. It doesn't show any dots on it to show you where the location of the Dragon Balls are or the specific Dragon Ball. But, I mean, the screen of it looks dope. And we do have the piece that they click on the top to search for the Dragon Balls. And on the back we do have a peg hole because we do have a hand that you peg that onto. So we do get the Dragon Radar, then we do get the 5-star Dragon Ball, and all we need is 4 more and we will have all 7 of them, and we can ask for a wish and Shenron will grant it. But it looks just as good as the other 2 that we got with Kid Goku and Master Roshi, so we do get that. And then we do get her goggles, and these turned out really nice clean paint all throughout it, and the sculpt of it looks pretty good too. And the strap is a softer rubbery type plastic, and the way you get it on, you just gotta pop her head off. Then you just slide the goggles right over her neck and then just pop her head right back on. Simple as that. So we do get the goggles, and finally we get the Uzi, I believe this is, and I love the paint that they used for the gun. That just looks so awesome. And we get some very nice tiny sculpt detail all throughout it, as you can see right there. And the strap does come off in case you don't want to have it on. It just pegs in, so you can just unpeg it to take it off. And the strap is like a harder type plastic. It's not like the goggles strap. And this is definitely my favorite accessory, so we do get that stuff. And then we finally get 9 alternate hands. So starting on the right here, we do get a right fist, and then the left hand is like her pulling her gloves on. So we do get those. Then we do get a pair of like open resting type hands. Then we do get a right trigger finger hand, and then a left gripping hand. Then we do get a right open hand, a left pointing finger hand. Then we do get a right gripping hand with the peg on it, which is meant for the Dragon Radar. And all of them have some nice sculpt and paint detail all throughout. All of them, they're all very simple to swap out. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with the wife of the Prince of All Saiyans. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of BULMA briefs. To the very top of her head, it looks like she's a little bit over 5 inches tall. And then here she is compared to the SH Figuarts Kid Goku, Master Roshi, Krillin, and Yamcha. And I feel like this BULMA fits in scale really well with the other SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figures. And then here she is compared to the SH Figuarts Saiyan Raised on Earth Son Goku, the 2.0 Vegeta, Android 18, and the manga version Super Saiyan Gohan. And then here she is compared to a bunch of the other SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figures. And then here she is compared to the Storm Collectibles Sub-Zero, the SH Figuarts Sage Mode Naruto, the Marvel Legends Cable, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here she is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, and we get some pretty damn good movement with this BULMA. So we just get one joint at the neck here, but you do get nice movement with it. So you can get BULMA to look up about that much, and then she does pretty much look all the way down, which is definitely good. We get beautiful pivot at the neck there, and then of course it does swivel. Now the torso, we do get a point of articulation right under the boobies there, and she crunches forward a pretty good amount with that joint and goes back a really good amount, as you can see there. And then we get beautiful pivot out of it, and then of course swivel. For how thin her body is, they've really worked in the waist and the torso articulation really well on this figure. Now the waist here does go forward about that much, so with both joints you can get her to crunch forward really well. The waist goes back a lot, so you can almost get her to bend back about 90 degrees. Then we do get very nice pivot at the waist, and then of course it does swivel as well. Now for the shoulders here, we do get a bit of a circular motion out of the shoulders, which is definitely good, and then they do go out to the side. This one only goes out about 90 degrees, gets hindered by the shoulder armor, but our arms do go out a little more than 90 degrees. They do go up and down. We do have the bicep swivel built into the shoulder. We have single jointed elbows that bend in a little more than 90 degrees, which is definitely good, and the joints really don't swivel too much where they connect into the bicep and the forearm there. Then we do have a ball hinge on the wrist, so it does swivel and hinges back and forth. And then I mentioned before, you can hinge this pouch up and down, which is definitely good. Then the legs here, they don't drop down or anything. The crotch piece is a softer rubbery type plastic, so it won't hinder too much articulation. BULMA can kick forward about 90 degrees, goes to the back almost 90 degrees, and then can she Jean-Claude Van Damme it? No, she cannot, but they do go out a little more than 45 degrees, which is definitely good. Then we do get a bit of an upper thigh swivel. We do have single jointed knees that bend back pretty much all the way, and the joint doesn't swivel where it connects into either part of the leg there. Then the ankles here, they do swivel really good. They hinge up a pretty good amount, hinge down decently, and then we do get some pretty damn good ankle pivot. And for some reason we don't get a toe hinge on this BULMA, and we have been getting a toe hinge on every single SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figure. But overall, you're going to be able to get this BULMA into just about any BULMA type of poses you would like, and I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball BULMA. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd definitely have to give her a perfect 10. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks, because he did just get the Japan version of this BULMA in stock. He will have the US version probably in about a month. So you can head over to Agelessgeeks.com, or I would recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook group. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. And here's the other side of the box, and then the other side with the, damn, I messed up. Yes, I did. Damn. Sane raised on Earth's son Goku, the 2.0, but very clean paint and skull, very clean paint and skull, damn it. Just unpeg it to take it off if you don't want the strap on. That didn't sound good.